You know, every time there is a major killing of a biker or a biker war or something like that, um, I get calls by or from, or I get reached out to from some by family members who are, man, just sometimes absolutely devastated and don't know what the hell's going on. What's going on with their member, their family member, who is now caught up in some kind of biker war that's all over the news. So this show will be dedicated to those family members to give them my tips, uh, point of view on some of the things that they are facing, as it seems that I do this a whole lot. So I thought maybe I'd put out a video that might be helpful when you find that you are the family member of somebody involved in some kind of a biker club war or something like that. So that's what we're going to talk about after this brief introduction.
My wife won't let me join a motorcycle club. Oh, what should I do? My wife won't let me join a motorcycle club. Oh, what should I do? No, 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 no. My wife won't let me join a motorcycle club. Oh, Black Dragon, what should I do?
Howdy, folks. Howdy. I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV. And as always, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. I don't know if you guys remember that video from many, many, many years ago. I've been doing this stuff for, oh my God, like 7 years or something. It's crazy. But anyway, I'm Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Would absolutely appreciate that. So, you know, it just so happens that every time a biker gets shot or shot off his motorcycle or run over or killed or something in one of these motorcycle clubs, eventually somebody on one side or the other or both will call me or reach out to me and just be completely um, at their wits end, like what in the hell is going on, and what do I do? And I find that there are really two kinds of family members that are involved with bikers and motorcycle clubs. And one is maybe three kinds. So uh, one kind would be like maybe parents or something that were involved in motorcycle clubs and passed the legacy down from generation to generation. So this group will be completely understanding. They're completely down. They know what's going on in the motorcycle club world, and they're good. The second is like maybe the wife or the girlfriend or something like that that's involved with the biker and in the club, like maybe a property of or something like that. and they are completely down and completely understand, and they know what they're in for. And then there's the third kind of family member, like maybe a wife or a girlfriend or an extended family member, an aunt, a grandmother, sometimes parents. And these folks have not been told that Johnny is in a big bad biker club. And the first time they realize what's going on is Johnny sitting behind the penitentiary walls, or sitting in some place with no bail, no bond, or shot up in jail or something like that. And they are completely blown away. They have no idea what's going on. All they really heard about is stuff you see on television. And they're terrified, they're upset, they're worried. They have no idea what's going on, and they're trying to get caught up, and they're trying to get caught up fast. And they're binge watching Black Dragon Biker TV and others, trying to figure out what in the hell is going on here. So I wanted to give some tips to those folks that I talk to all the time. People who call me up and say, my father was killed a block away from the house, and I heard him die, or my son heard his father die, or all kinds of stuff that I get. And sometimes it's a little bit, it weighs heavy on my shoulders to hear these people in such painful and stressful times. Uh, but I guess it kind of comes with the territory. So one of the things I want to tell you guys out there, family members, is yeah, this is going to be an eye-opening time for you if you're not familiar with motorcycle clubs and you didn't quite know that Johnny, your cousin, your first cousin, your son, or whatever the case may be, is in a big old huge monstrous biker club and they got trouble. So we're going to try to talk you through this a little bit, and maybe give you some support and some encouragement. So the first thing is, yeah, welcome to the realization. This is a real thing. They are in trouble. They've been shot. They've been hurt. They're facing charges or something like that. This is a real thing. It's a nightmare, but it's a real thing, and it's really happening. So after you get over your initial shock, unfortunately, you're going to have to come to some realizations real quick and kind of grow up a little bit fast yourself, and understand. Yeah, the motorcycle clubs, Johnny's a good kid. That's what motorcycle clubs go after. They're like the United States military or any other group. They understand that you guys are raising good kids out there, and they understand that they're loyal and they have loyalty, and they're looking for some place to belong, and that's what the motorcycle clubs offer them, some place to belong. So don't be surprised to find that this person that you always thought you knew is some sort of loyal soldier that you don't recognize, because that's the indoctrination. It's just like the military. It's just like any place that gets your kid. There's an indoctrination process, and it's very successful. So you have to prospect and you have to work hard, and it's never a guarantee that you're going to get in. So by the time you do get in, you're so happy, you're elated. That's how I felt. That's how we all feel. You have found where you believe you belong. So as a family member coming in talking about those bad people, and you need to get away from those people and that sort of thing, it's probably not going to be taken well. So don't do that. Stay away from that. Understand that once the biker club or any organization, once they get their hooks in, those hooks are there. Those so that person is going to be fiercely loyal, especially if they've lost some brothers or something like that. They're going to be fiercely loyal to their brotherhood. So be prepared for that. You know what I mean? Two is it's really easy for family members to blame the motorcycle club. But you have to understand, we only take adults in. We nobody's bringing kids in the motorcycle club. These are adults who've made their minds up. This is where they want to be. So this is a grown man that's made a grown decision to be with these brothers. You don't get to make that decision for them. They've made that decision. So understand where that loyalty comes from. It comes from what you taught them, what they learned at home, and they've brought all their goodness to the club, and they're entrenched. They're in it. So it's easy for you to get mad at the club. And when you get mad at the club, sometimes you want to hurt the club. Like maybe you don't want to let the club see him in the hospital because he's passed out or something and can't say anything. So you become the person that's in charge and you want to take it out on the club, and now the club can't see their brother or can't have connection with. Don't do that. He wouldn't want that. He would want to be around his brothers. He'd want to be able to talk to his brothers. He'd want to be able to have access to his extended family. And so, three, you have to recognize that the brotherhood, the motorcycle club, becomes an extended family. Sometimes, many times, most times, as important as the blood family he comes from. So to cut him off from that family is to come between him and something that he loves very, very much. And that's not something that I feel you should do, in my opinion. Also, you have to be careful at this point because law enforcement realizes that families are vulnerable, and this will be a time that they may be poking at you for information. Well, no information that they get from you are they going to use for the good of your family member. No information that they use from you when you're mad and pissed off and talking about things you may or may not know is going to be used for the good of your brother, of your family member, for his towards his brothers and his MC. So resist the urge to be angry and be trying to take out your frustrations on the club. You're not going to understand everything that's going on. So understand this is where he chose to be. And this is what he chose to do with his brothers as a grown man. Respect his wishes. Respect the bonds that he's put together. Don't fight against those things because it'll be a detriment to his spirit and his soul, especially if he's not able to talk and not able to communicate, or he's in the hospital or affirmed or passed out or something like that. Next is help make sure that he has good counsel. He's going to need that. So if you have to help pitch in or whatever the case may be, ensure that he has, the biggest thing is for him to be quiet until he speaks to counsel. So, if you go see him in jail or something like that, don't be asking dumbass questions. Everything in a phone call or in a jail visit is recorded. It's all recorded. Everything is recorded. From the minute you walk in that place, probably from the minute you get out in the parking lot. Your whole visit, everything, it's all recorded. So don't be asking questions like that might cause someone to incriminate themselves. You can't whisper it. It's recorded. Can't talk to it on that little phone they let you talk to. It's recorded. So let the attorneys ask the questions. The questions you should be concentrating on instead of what happened is how are you doing? What do you need? Can I get you anything? Uncle Pook Pook said hi. So that you're not encouraging them to incriminate themselves. Now, another thing that might blow you away is the lack of medical attention they might be getting if they are in jail and like they've been wounded or hurt or shot or something and now they're in jail. Unfortunately, jails don't have they don't have the greatest medical attention. They're not going to take good care of you. So if you're used to the best medical care in the world, if your family members and sitting in a jail cell instead of some sort of narcotic or something that you might get for pain, don't be surprised if they get aspirin. This is one of those things that happens. You're not going to be getting the best. They're not flying in specialists to take care of people. Now, a lot of times family members call me and they're absolutely terrified. They're like, "Oh my God, am I next? I've been watching Sons of Anarchy and stuff. Are they going to come take out the whole family? Am I able to go from spot to spot? What do I do? Do I hide out? So the thing I would say is typically motorcycle clubs don't go after family. But if you're involved in if your family member's involved in some kind of crazy biker war, you just never know. You never know. Motorcycle clubs don't typically go after the general public. They typically focus on club members, but it could happen. So you should, yes, you're not wrong to be paranoid. You're not wrong to be watching everywhere you go. You should be doing that anyway. You're not wrong to have your head on a swivel. You should be doing that anyway. But typically, you're not in the line of fire. But, with these new kids and stuff, there's no telling how they get down. So it doesn't hurt to be prepared. It doesn't hurt to go stay with Cousin Fanny over at the farm somewhere for a while. It doesn't hurt to do those things. So but you're not wrong to be concerned. But you also don't have to be so terrified that, depending on the circumstance, where you're peeking out of the windows and crawling on the floor, stuff like that, and can't sleep at night and all of that. Take standard, normal precautions based on your situation. Does that make sense? So the other thing is avoid news agencies and stuff like that. Especially if you have no idea about what's going on. Avoid speculation, avoid news agencies and stuff like that. Those kinds of folks are out to get a story. They're out to make money. They're out to sensationalize. And so whereas the club may not have known who the hell you were, now you're on the news making stuff, so now everybody knows who you are. So stay away from that. It's not going to do you any good, and it's most likely not going to do your family member any good. Resist the urge to oh, well, Danny's a good boy and He would never do anything like that and all that. Kind of resist that. Let your conscience be your guide. But believe me, nobody sitting in this chair right here, in a media chair, is a friend of yours. I say use media like for propaganda. Don't trust none of those guys with a microphone. Except of course you can trust Black Dragon. Don't know why you would think you couldn't. Yeah, but don't trust people who are running around with microphones. Avoid them like the plague. And understand that the club has the best interest of your family member at heart, but motorcycle clubs have people in them, and people um, people can let you down. So if you see the worst behavior of somebody in a motorcycle club, don't assign that behavior to everybody in the motorcycle club. I have seen it where bros get into trouble or something like that, and some creep is trying to talk to the girlfriend of the wife of the bro that's in jail. That kind of creepy shit happens. Um, but the that might be an individual, and an individual is not uh, reflective of the entire club. There are creepy, filthy, dirty individuals out there. And so if you have to cuss a mofo out, don't always put that on the entire MC. A lot of us will know what we would do to a brother we found being dirty like that. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Um, so it it's gonna be very daunting at first. Uh, it's gonna be very daunting, and the police are gonna come and throw the worst kind of charges um, that they can. Uh, expect that. That's what the law. That's what your attorneys are for. Um, so just because somebody throws 100 years, listen, we're going after you for 100 years, blah blah blah. Just because somebody does that, all hope is not lost. All hope is is that we got attorneys and stuff like that. So um, don't be particularly swayed by all that. Keep yourself together. Stay calm. This is a battle. It is a marathon, not a sprint. So calm down. Don't be so afraid. Wait to see what happens. Listen to the attorneys and take your time. Yep, Johnny belongs to a real live hardcore motorcycle club, but he knew that going in. Unfortunately, you didn't. And we could probably do a better job preparing our family members. But sometimes it's not as easy to do as one might think. So, anyway, keep your head up and endure this tragedy with as much honor and grace as you possibly can. and remember to be a support system. Support system is not always someone that's trying to get um, an answer. You might not be able to get the answers you want. If a person's sitting in jail, you might not be able to get any answers. If a person's in a hospital, you might not get any answers. So concentrate on support, on supporting that individual as best as you possibly can. They are facing a life-changing event. So stay vigilant and prayerful if that's something that you do. Okay, so that's my 2 cents on that. 26 minutes. No need to talk this to death. Let's say somebody was saying, my producer says, you have a guy that's saying you were wrong yesterday about New York. What did I say about New York yesterday? I don't even remember. Was there a story about New York yesterday? I say this, if I'm wrong about a story and I find out about it, we absolutely apologize and retract and stuff like that. But we're pretty right about a lot of the stuff we say. So we're not perfect, but we try. So someone said, be respectful, respect the decision of your biological family in regards to the adopted family. So I think, we all get the point here. All right. So I think that's it. I'm kind of scrolling through the comments here. Oh, the guy who broke the window out wasn't a cop and wasn't in an MC at that time. Oh, do I need to pull up the video where I'm looking at the guy in a cut with his cut on his back? He might not have been the guy that exactly broke the window out, but he was one of the guys that pulled the guy out of the car. Actually, it was 2 guys in MCs that pulled the guy out of the car. I mean, I could go back and pull the video up and show you. Yeah, there was a couple guys in MCs that were involved that actually put their hands on that guy. And he might not have been the precise guy who broke out the window, but there were 2 clubbers. I looked at the video. I remember it. I looked at the video and I slow motioned through it and looked at the cuts, even went to the website and looked up who the motorcycle club was. Okay. It wasn't the guy who broke out the window. Sorry. But you're trying to tell me that 2 cops didn't go to court? 2 guys did go to court that were in motorcycle. And I believe one was a cop. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look it up so I have it all down for sure. Yeah. Because I hate to be wrong. But my folks out there will keep me right. That's why I have y'all. Y'all keep me right. Strip me down and bear me to the world and beat me with chains of scrutiny. I've been beaten with chains of scrutiny, looking at me through jaundiced eyes of discontent. And we can't have that. We can't have that. So I will look it up, Mikey Jones. I will look that up. Especially since you've been watching me since I started. So I can't be bullying you around and stuff, because those people have been with me since I first started. They know my pluses and minuses, my failures and successes. They know me. They've been around since I used to sing My Wife Won't Let Me Join a Motorcycle Club. So we'll get it right, man. We'll get it right. Aha! I'm right about some of it. Thank you. I needed that. Mike Jones. I needed that. So, we have what did that lady say? She said, I'm particular about my SHIT. Who was that sang that song? I'm really particular about my stuff. I feel kind of, I get a little touchy feely when you get to talking about my craft. Somebody says Black Dragon has no failures. You all are just looking at it wrong. No, I wish I have some failures. So, anyway, hit that like, share, and subscribe button, my friends. I hope that I've given you guys and the families, I hope I've given you a little something by which you can find a measure of comfort. You're going through hell, just as much hell as that family member who's been hurt or shot or injured or killed or something in one of these biker club wars or brawls or whatever you want to call them. And we have love for you, and we know what you're going through. I'm Black Dragon. That's my 2 cents. Love to hear the 2 cents of everyone who's watching down in the comment section below. Let me know what you think, if you've had any experiences with something like this. And let me hear your comments. That's my 2 cents. Mikey Jones says, I appreciate you. You're part of the reason I'm in an MC now. All right, man. Prospect Pride. Oh, good luck in your prospecting. Let us know how that goes. We want to see you in that full patch. All right. I'm Black Dragon. I'm out. Thanks for tuning in and get skinny. Down 16 pounds. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
And we'll see you in a minute when we break out the first book out. Dad, we're going to be looking at is.
Well, let's do yours first.
Yeah, how about you first?